the chart. The first thing we do on the chart, as we know, is to identify the real-time point where price is at, which we have identified. Now, what is the next thing? The next thing is to read the structures that took prices to that point. If you want, you can zoom out and you can see the structures from 1971. One thing is certain, right? Price has been bearish. That is, that is 100% clear. Price has been bearish, okay? So if you want, you can try to read the entire structures. However, I will just, let's read the entire structures before we break the small structures, right? From here, for big structures, this is push, exhaustion, then this is push. Okay, this is like the first wave of exhaustion. It couldn't knock prices down the first time. Price went for a second wave of exhaustion, then it knocked prices down, all in clear coordinations of lower highs and lower lows. So GU, as we know, is entirely bearish. Has been bearish since 1971. It's going to continue to be bearish for a very long time. So what are we now going to do? We'll now take this last phase of push. Okay, we'll take this last phase of push and we'll now break it into smaller structure circles, so that we can at least have a better understanding of what is going on. So expanding the entire thing now. Let's expand. Expanding the entire thing. From here, we saw prices make push. All of these moves, we saw prices come for an exhaustion. Then we saw prices make push. All of these moves, we saw prices come for an exhaustion. Then we saw prices make push. Then we also know that all of these are another wave of exhaustion where price is going to hit a particular ceiling and knock down in continuous structures of lower highs and lower lows as it has been moving since 1971. So what we're expecting for GU now is to hit a ceiling. And what after hitting a ceiling, what will we now do? We now expect that what? Okay, once it hits a ceiling, let it break structure. This last higher low that is still holding, let it break it. Okay, but one thing I would say right now, right, is that this last higher low is still holding, allowing us to know that the retracement, this bullish retracement, is still the most active structure on the monthly time frame. Eventually, when a break of structure happens, right, then we'll now say, oh, the bulls are no more the active structure. The bears are now continuing the bearish structures as has been moving since 1971. But right now, the last higher low is still holding, allowing us to know that the bulls are still the most active structure of prices on the monthly time frame until we see a break of structure. Okay, so what are we now going to do? We'll now take this level here as the high. This is the most significant high at this point. Okay, and this is the last higher low point of prices. We'll now take this window here as our range of focus. Okay, but before we take this window as our range of focus, okay, let me put this well. Before we take this window here as our range of focus, what are we going to do? We're going to read the structures, right? What are the structures? From here, we saw prices make push, exhaustion, small structure, increasing structure, increasing structure. Okay, so like I said, the bullish structure, right, because there have not been a break of structure, or should we say change of character, either or, because there has not been a break of structure, right, it means that what price could still come, grab an higher low here at 61.8 and still even push back to this level. It will never trade above this high, which is the last lower high, but it can still play around all of this level before breaking structure and continuing the bearish structure. So, but either or, we now know that what, okay, the last higher low is still holding. So overall for GU, the most active structure on the monthly time frame is still the bullish structure until we have a break of structure. So what are we now going to do? We'll now take the high right here. We'll now tag it as monthly resistance. We'll now take the low right here. We'll now tag it as monthly HL, monthly higher low point. So what are we now going to do? We'll now take this window from the monthly resistance point to the monthly higher low point. This window here will now be known as our range of focus. Okay, so now focusing on that window, right? If we expand it, this is our range of focus between here and here. And coming from the monthly time frame, we know that what the most active structure of prices on the monthly time frame is bullish, right? That means that if we are buying on our entry time frame, which is the 1 hour time frame, we are buying the direction of trend, while if we are selling, it is a retracement. We are confident about that coming from the monthly time frame. Okay, so now we are seeing these structures on the weekly. But instead of reading these structures on the weekly, let's go to daily time frame to just expand it a little more. If you want to read it here, it's fine. But I discovered that these structures are better read on the daily time frame. So we are still taking that exact same window to the daily time frame just to expand it a little bit more, just for just so we could have a better understanding of the structures. Okay, so now we can see the structures clearly. It's from the low here to the high points here. Okay, so from here, we saw prices make push. We saw prices come for an exhaustion. After this, we saw prices make small structures, right? Only to eventually make a bigger one right here of push and exhaustion. This now becomes what? The last higher low in regards to what? To this structure. It means that there's no higher low ahead of it that shares equal or more length in terms of pips. If you look at the length of this higher low here, you cannot compare to this. All the other one side of it are smaller, right? So like we said, from here, right, it is what? It is push. From here, it is exhaustion. Here, then prices came here, it is push. From here, it is exhaustion here, last higher low. Then price now starts smaller structures, which is push. From here, exhaustion here. This is the last higher low of this particular structure here, because this one also, if you measure the length of this, it is longer than this if you use your measuring tool. So this now became a different structure also. So this is what? This is a different structure right here. Okay, so from here, it is what? It is push, here, exhaustion. Completely different structure. Then from here, it is now push, exhaustion here, then push to this monthly resistance point. Then what? Then there was a break of structure. The last higher low was taken off. Then prices came for a discount right here. Then prices ended, at this support level right here. Instead of prices ending at the 61.8, because we know that 61.8 ends a retracement, right? Instead of prices ending at 61.8, then prices stretch further to this support level here to end that retracement. Okay, let me go over it again. Let me go over it and let me go over the different structures again. Very, very important. From here, push, exhaustion. Okay, then what the prices do is started small structures. If you want, you can identify it, right? But the most important information is that what prices went and add a bigger structure here, push and exhaustion. So this is the last higher low of that particular structure. Then it started another big one again, push, exhaustion. This one is big, but it's smaller than the one behind it, but it's bigger than the one ahead of it. So this is the last higher low of this structure. Then price now made a smaller one right here of push, exhaustion here, push, break of structure, discount, and ended this retracement movement at this support level here. Okay, so now when price ended at that support level, we now decided to tag this level, right? As what? What time frame is this? This is the daily time frame. Daily support, PRA. PRA, as we know, means a potential reversal area. So since prices refuse to stop at the 61.8, the support level could also hold prices and send prices back upwards in the direction of trend. So what am I now going to do right now? I'll now read the structures from here. Read the structure that brought prices down to this daily support, potential reversal area, and at a break of structure and discounts, I buy clearly in the direction of trend. So now taking it over to the 4 hours time frame, let's bring our tag closer. That is this monthly resistance point. And now let's go ahead and read the structures, right? Okay, let's go ahead and read the structures. Okay, so now what is going on with these structures, right? From here, we saw prices make push, exhaustion right here. Prices make push to this level, exhaustion right here. We saw prices make push to this daily support PRA. We saw a break of structure. The last lower high got taken off right here. Okay, what did we expect? We're expecting a discount for takeoff to the entire top. Okay, so what are we now going to do? We'll now identify this level. As first of all, let's make sure we see it clearly that the last lower high got taken off. Okay, let's put a pinpoint. You can see that you can see that this one broke above. So like we said, it's just a beautiful situation, right? Of what? Of all of this push, exhaustion, all of this big structure, push, exhaustion, same structure, push, break of structure, expecting a discount, okay, then take off to the entire top. Okay, so now, one very important thing that I would like to tell you about in terms of discount, right, is that what? You can see that what? This is a very large structure. Okay, when it comes to large structures, right, there are probabilities that prices may not come to 61.8. You might be waiting, oh, price will come to 61.8 for a discount. But the truth is this, 61.8 is the most premium level. Sometimes prices could stop at previous area of supports and turn that supports, that support will hold it and take off. Sometimes we see prices turn a resistance to a support and take off, all this without getting to the 61.8. So, but 61.8 is the most premium level. But especially in large structures, right? There's a high probability that prices may never get to the 61.8. Like for example, if we bring out our Fibonacci from the low here to the high here, I can imagine we're waiting for, oh, price is coming to 61.8, not knowing that what, not knowing that 61.8 is the most premium level, right? And there's a high probability that price may never get there. Okay, especially for large structures like this, it may never get to 61.8. Okay, so what am I now going to do? I'm now going to identify levels of support or resistance that prices could get to and what, and take off in the direction of trend. So now we can see the support level here. Okay, you can see that this is a support level that is right here that price may get to, and it may bounce off it, which is exactly what happened. So basically, it's just like an inverse head and shoulder. All of this push exhaustion, all of this push, this is the head right here. Then prices broke structure here. Prices came to this level, respected this support level, and this support level held. And right now, we saw a break of structure, and we are confident that prices will push to the top. I'm going to go and show you the break of structure, okay? So this level will just be identified right now as a support PRA. Okay, so it's just be identified as a support PRA. So what I talked about the discount is very important. It's important that when it comes to the discount, you know that 61.8 is the most premium level. And when it comes to large structures, right, there's a high probability that prices may not get to 61.8. If it gets to 61.8, all fine, well and good, but there's a high probability that prices may not get there. However, for us to confirm that price will not get there, right, what are we going to do? We are going to identify levels of support or resistance. And if we see a break of structure at that level, then yes, we know that's what we are buying in the direction of trend. But it has to be confirmed by what? A break of structure. So now going to the 1 hour time frame, in order for us to read these structures that brought prices down to the support PRA, we'll now take it down to the 1 hour time frame. So we can decide to take this horizontal line up and read the structures that brought prices down to this what? Support PRA. Okay, so what are the structures? From here, we saw prices make push, we saw prices make an exhaustion. This is a large structure. Then after this price, there is small structures, right? Push, exhaustion, all of this push, exhaustion, all of this push, exhaustion. This one is a bit smaller, right? So, but either or, all of this push, exhaustion, let's just say all of this push, then there was a break of structure here. Let's identify that, okay, the last lower high right here, because this one below is a bit smaller, so we can identify that, okay, this was where the last lower high got broken. Now that the last lower high has gotten broken, we know that, okay, this level acted as a strong support and held prices to break structure. Okay, now that we've seen that, oh, this level actually held prices to break structure, the structures we are going to read again. Okay, this is a big structure, so this one is a bit different. This one is different because it's a big structure. But the small structures right here, all of these structures have gotten broken. This is the last lower high of that particular structure. These ones are smaller. Then all of these are pushed to this support PRA, break of structure. What do you expect? Expect a discount to the 61.8. Okay, when price comes to the 61.8, you can be able to buy pinpoint at 61.8, buy to this resistance, take profit 1. This resistance point is take profit 1. And what? And if you come here to the 4 hours time frame, this level right here to complete this inverse head and shoulder is take profit 2. Okay, so this is take profit 1, take profit 2 level. Okay, so for the take profit 2 to just be a situation of, okay, all of these structures, right? We saw a break of structure, then prices came back for a discount by what? By respecting this support level. And what did it do? The entire structure that brought it down for this discount, it broke that structure. Price is coming to as much as this level. So this is take profit 2, while here is take profit 1. You can decide to take profit in its entirety at take profit 1. You can decide to take half profit at take profit 1. You can decide to break even at take profit 1. That one is to the discretion of the trader. Okay, so now let's go ahead and see what our risk to reward looks like. Okay, so we've seen the break of structure. The last lower high got taken off. What am I now going to do? Bring the Fibonacci from the low here, take it to the high right here. What am I now going to do? We saw that what prices came to the 61.8 for the discount. We are now going to buy pinpoint right here at the 61.8 right here. We are going to hide our stop loss at the low right here, and we are going to buy here for what? For 1 ratio 2.3 to take profit 1. That means you've been profit, right? And if you are going to take profit 2, Maybe we should put an horizontal line or something so we get the pinpoint level. Take profit 2. This take profit 2. If you go to the 4 hours time frame, you would see that this is the high right here. Okay, so for take profit 1 is 1:2.3. Take profit 2 is as much as 1:5. So this is the very beautiful trade on GBP USD. You know, you can see how simple the analysis is. We've seen a clear break of structure, waited for the discounts, and and we are live in this opportunity. Understand? So prices even gave an entry variation 3. Remember, we have 3 entry variations, right? That is entry variation 1, break of structure by entry variation 2, discount break of structure discount by entry variation 3. Read the structures that brought prices down for the discounts and buy at the break. Sometimes after this break of structure, price will still offer a discount again in all of its grace for takeoff. You understand? So in this case, prices even decided to even offer that discount again after the entry variation 3. Now, here's entry variation 3. This is entry variation 3. After prices came down to 61.8 for the discount, and prices broke the last lower high. The last lower high got taken off. Okay, like you can see that's this is 61.8 right here. Last lower high got taken off, direction of trend push. What are the structures? From here, push, exhaustion. From here, push, exhaustion, push. You can decide to buy pinpoint at entry variation 3, or prices, like I said, in its grace, offered another discount again. You know, this is like entry variation 3 plus plus. Entry variation 3, as we know, the structures that brought prices down for the discount, buy the break of structure. Entry variation 3 Pro Max, wait for the discounts of that break of structure and buy. So prices even offered that opportunity again. If you wanted, you could have, this is just entry variation 3, right? Bought at 61.8. Remember, your stop loss this time around will be here. Even if you are buying at entry here, your stop loss will be here. Entry variation 3 uses, a shorter stop loss. It uses the stop loss of the newly broken structure. Okay, so here, TP1 is about what? 1:3 for TP1, while TP2, where the horizontal line is, it's as much as 1:7. So basically, this is the opportunity on GBP USD. If you are looking forward to maybe taking this opportunity and all, right now, prices are sealed a little bit. Maybe if prices in all of its grace decides to maybe come somewhere around there, just to give you that little retracement, and decide to just put your buy, hide your stop loss at the low and take off. And if you want to just put your buy again at the same point, maybe prices comes back here again before take off to the top, it's also good. But the most important thing is that price has taken off, and from here it might just keep heading to take profit. So basically, this is a very beautiful analysis on GBP USD, and this is how we basically just analyze every single pair, in terms of breakdown.